Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello.
We're bringing you yet another awesome box of a vehicle from Games Workshop. And you can see what it is, clearly. It's another Land Raider, isn't it? You can tell from the picture that it's a Land Raider.
Like we can see.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah. It says Land Raider on the front.
Fantastic.
Right, so we'll just pop it out, shall we? Do you think they want to see the box art? Should we go through it?
Yeah.
Well, that's the box art. That's quite good. It's got pictures of stuff on it, and at the back you can see how to paint it if you want to paint it white. Why do you get these boxes in mail order?
Cheap.
Yeah, I mean seriously, I want a pretty box to put here.
Yeah.
Look, see, doesn't look as good. We have this awesome display. Can't display properly.
Yeah, I got my Imperial Guard Army.
Yeah, your entire Imperial Guard Army box.
It's a mailbox.
It's in a mailbox. Yeah, that's not fair. Yeah, I bet some people out there actually have the original box. You know, if we ordered that, right? I bet that would have come in one of these white boxes. So we would have had that awesome box and the awesome box. Yeah, they would all have come in one of these. Right. Sorry, I'm getting stressed now. Right, I'm really stressed. This is a Land Raider Crusader, which you'll know because I'm going to write it on the logo thing of the video, so they're going to know what we're talking about anyway.
Well, they don't need us, we can go. No,
well, that's it. So thank you for watching and goodbye. Right now, Land Raider Crusader. We have Crusader. We have already done a video on the Land Raider. So this is it's a standard Land Raider. Right, the biggest difference is the weaponry, which is these. You get a whole lot of heavy bolters, 6 heavy bolters in a rack on each side, giving you 12 heavy bolters to blast away at your enemies.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Well, do you remember what we said about a tank is a anti-tank vehicle, right? This is an anti-infantry vehicle. This is an infantry support tank. So it's covered in heavy bolters. It just goes mad for heavy bolters everywhere.
See, now I'm going to buy one.
So you're going to want one as well now, are you?
Yeah, well, if you don't get one, we're screwed.
Yeah, that's true. So this is the tank. It's got a massive, I believe that is a melter on the roof. Possibly? Is it? Yes. You've also got an option for a chain gun and some other really cool weapons as well. So it really is a heavy infantry support tank. Probably not that much use against enemy tanks.
It's probably useless against enemy tanks.
Yeah, I mean other than your melter.
That's up close.
Yeah, it's really for assault. It's for getting in there with the infantry and just laying down massive amounts of fire. I mean, how many dice of fire?
12.
More than 12. How many rounds does a heavy bolter fire?
I don't know.
It's a long time since there's one of these in all books, so I'll give one of them, probably Space Marine one, I don't know. That's a huge amount of shots anyway, so it's great, and you're going to do a huge amount of damage. Heavy bolters are pretty cool. So, what do you think of it? We have the same. Is that the same as Rhino?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So, we just keep giving you the same one every time. No, it's that one. No, it isn't. Oh, that's confusing. You've got 2. Okay. That's weird.
I think they're supposed to be in the box.
Possibly. That's what happens when you get mail order. You drop the dice. That's what happens when you fool around, isn't it? Right, so that's what happens when you unpack boxes and look at them and you don't put them in the right box. I assume that is the right one for this. Guessing.
No, this is. This is it.
Or maybe it's just options.
That's got more options, so it must be like a Crusader.
Oh no, this has got the Black Templar things on it.
Mm.
There you go. This is that. That's
What's this for?
Spares or options. Just love it.
I didn't mean for it to go onto the floor. I kind of miss my target.
Yeah, that we're gonna go in my bits box, and I could find a use for it someday.
It's gone now.
Right, I'll miss it. Yeah, that's quite cool. So you got the same shoulder pads and everything. Same hatch. No, different, slightly different hatches. Yeah, that's cool. So we've got quite a collection of stuff. So what do you think? Obviously it's not assembled yet.
Wow, it's been assembled. Look, you're going to edit a photo right here of it assembled.
Yeah, it's going to take me a long time.
Wow,
to build
look at that,
it.
amazing.
I'm not going to have time to.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not going to have time to build it. I've got stuff to do. Right, so what do you think of the idea of a Land Raider being used as infantry support rather than a tank?
Funky concept.
I think it's more kind of. It's like, do you know in World War One? Yeah, the first two tanks were the mother tank and the father tank. The father tank had two 18-pounders, and the mother tank had two machine guns. And so the mother tank was infantry support. It would machine gun away. Whereas you're not allowed dice anymore. No more dice. No more dice. No, you're not allowed dice.
Well, no, mother tank was used to go over trenches and provide support for infantry.
Yeah, so it could machine gun and keep the enemy's heads down.
Yep.
Whereas the father tank was used theoretically to take on hard points, because the enemy at that point weren't supposed to have tanks. Because it was a secret and no one knew that we had tanks. Although after the first time we used tanks, the Germans had lots of tanks made in Britain. Because we left all our tanks in the German lines and the Germans just turned them back on and drove around in them. So there we went. But
hey, they did not need a driving licence apparently. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they also didn't need to build tanks of their own. I think they built about 20 of their own tanks during the First World War because there was no reason to build their own tanks because the British were always giving them tanks for free. I mean, Britain was the biggest builder of German tanks because we had this annoying habit of driving onto German territory and then leaving the tanks there. I mean, myself, I'd have set fire to the tank as I left to make sure the enemy couldn't use it.
You might need it again.
I know, but it never occurred to us to do that. We just kept giving. We may as well have just set up a train service to deliver tanks to the Germans. It would have been cheaper and less men would have died. We'd just say, we'll just give you tanks. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll just supply them with tanks. Anyway, back to the concept. You've got the mother tank and the father tank. In many ways, this kind of works the same. This is the mother version of the Land Raider. And the standard Land Raider is the father version of the Land Raider. Mm. So that version of the Land Raider is the one with the heavy guns so it can take out tanks, right? No, not that a British tank could take a tank out, but that's what it does in the 40k universe. And this is the infantry support Land Raider. Yeah?
Decent.
Yeah, decent. I think that's really cool. That is really good. And it's going to be fun putting it together.
So you see?
Yeah, I wonder how much Prometheus this thing carries. I mean, I'd hate to be one of these things if it gets a stray shot hit its Promethean tanks.
Well, I mean, anyone with an anti-tank vehicle is going to destroy that instantly.
Oh, right, it's pretty tough. It's just the fact that it's carrying Promethean canisters on its side because it's going to napalm itself.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just stick melters on it or something, I don't know.
No, I think that's a good idea. I think
You just keep the Promethean, yeah. In World War One, there was a battle against the Turks. The British tank division and the Australians went to attack the Turks, and the British put because it's a desert, and so we had a lot of distance to travel, so you needed huge amounts of fuel. So the British stacked fuel cans on the roofs of their tanks,
Fantastic
Yeah,
idea.
brilliant idea. And the Turks machine gunned our tanks, which did nothing, obviously, because they're tanks. And all the fuel dripped down through the tanks, and then a simple spark, the tanks all burst into flames. And the Turks, who had no tanks whatsoever, won the battle. Funnily enough, because all of our tanks caught fire and burnt. So that was good. Yeah, well, never mind. It's just life. It's just you know, it's just forward thinking.
Anyone could have made that mistake.
Anyone could have made that mistake. Only someone who went to university could make that mistake, to be honest.
Hey.
No, but a normal person who doesn't go to university is smart enough not to put fuel tanks on the roof of their tank. Right? It's just logic. Right? People who go to university, no logic, no understanding of anything. And they'll just oh, we've got fuel, we'll put it on the roof. What difference would it make? Yeah.
Got a plank more, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's very true, very true. Right, so that's it. That's the end of the video.
Thank you very much for watching. That's everything from me.
And everything from him. Goodbye.